everyone, this is Captain Panoply of the Super Paladin Bros, and welcome back to another episode of DS9 Harbinger. In the last video, envoy Bannik arrived at DS9, and his runabout was attacked by drones, and then the drones decided to attack the station itself. So there was a lot of dialogue. In this video, we're going to actually continue on. We're supposed to meet up with Ambassador Carrick inside the habitat ring. But first, before we actually do that, we're gonna talk to some people, and then in episode 3, we'll actually go and meet up with Carrick. So, all right, so let's go ahead and start. This is a Bajoran Vedic named Rasmus, or something like that. And she's a Bajoran Vedic, and let's hear her story.
Pardon me, traveler. Your face is unfamiliar. Have you newly come from the passage?
You mean the wormhole? Yes, why do you ask?
I have waited all my life for such a pilgrimage, to enter the gates of the temple. Answer carefully, did you encounter the prophets on your voyage?
I was more interested in getting through alive than meeting the entities that live there. I was attacked just before my ship entered the wormhole.
Attacked? At the very portal to the Celestial Temple? The prophets are patient to suffer such sacrilege. So, still they have sent no sign. Perhaps they wish to see how we will face this test alone.
Are you facing some kind of trial?
Merely an expression. The prophets continually test our faith.
I'm not very familiar with your Bajoran culture yet. Which prophets are these?
The prophets are the very center of Bajoran spiritual life. The passage, the wormhole you traveled, contains their celestial temple. Such a tragedy that so many who pass through those gates do not perceive their sanctity. But the prophets guide us all, even those who do not yet understand their instruction. Even you, traveler.
You may be right. I'm Envoy Bannik with the Federation's Tyrian Diplomatic Corps, and you are?
Your humble servant, Vedic Rasmus of the D'Artagnan province.
Why are you still here on Deep Space Nine? I thought the station had been evacuated.
Deep Space Nine. Strange to me still, after 4 years, to hear it so named. When I came here last, this place was Terek Nor, a Cardassian knife at the throat of Bajor.
I've heard a lot about the Cardassians, the atrocities they committed under the occupation of Bajor.
For 60 years they raped our planet. They shattered our dignity, our liberty, and our families. Do you have any family, Envoy?
Some. My parents were killed in a coup on Menensis III. They were with the Carissus Treaty delegation, unarmed.
Bajor is full of such stories. No family was untouched by the Cardassian savagery. But those times are over. Bajor is free, and this station is now a haven resting at the gates of the Celestial Temple. A fitting place to prepare for the Rising.
What is the Rising? A spiritual festival?
Only in the most tragic sense. A festival of spirits. The Rising is the time when the Borhas...
Borhas?
Borhas. The spirits of the unconsecrated Bajoran dead.
Phantoms?
If you like. During the Rising, these spirits must be put to rest. If they are not, their Pach forces them to return, to walk in the footsteps of the living. Terek Nor knows many such tortured spirits.
This Rising, how will you prepare for it?
Through prayer, of course. The sacred death chants. There are other methods, but they have been abandoned in this age.
What puts these spirits at peace?
I've kept you too long already. The spirits of Terek Nor await my prayers, and I'm sure you have business of your own to attend to. Our paths may cross again, Envoy Bannik. In the meantime, may the prophets be with you.
Alright, so what we got, we've done talking to her. Now, Bajorans in the Star Trek DS9 is basically a God-fearing people. They worship these prophets. The prophets. I can't even pronounce that right. But the prophets are pretty much like, Nostradamus. They, prophesize the future. And to the prophets, they're beings, but they don't exist on a linear existence like you and I do. So that's who they are. If you have not watched the series. Now here's Quark, so let's go talk to Quark here.
What do you mean What have you done?
We did nothing. The situation had already occurred before we arrived.
All I wanted was a simple exchange. Now you've made that impossible.
Someone else must have known about the items.
The deal is off. I can't be seen talking to you.
The deal is definitely off. We're leaving at our earliest opportunity. We suggest you do the same.
Excuse me.
Ambassador, Envoy, Bannik, you took me by surprise. I'm so glad you stopped in. I'm Quark, the owner of this establishment. What can I do for you today? A drink? A session in the holosuite?
How do you know my name? I'm sure we've never met.
The 194th rule of acquisition. It's always good business to know about new customers before they walk in your door.
You have holosuites here?
The finest in the Alpha Quadrant. I can have them powered up and ready in microseconds. Interested?
I thought the station was on yellow alert. How could you possibly divert enough power to run a holosuite?
A Ferengi always has auxiliary power sources. Trust me. We might not be able to get some of the more intricate programs running, but I'm sure there must be something you'd like to try.
Exactly what kind of programs do you have available?
What kind would interest you? Something to relax with? A Loriento massage, perhaps? Or, how about something to stimulate? The Orion slave auctions.
You'll never get that up.
Can't you think of anything better to do?
As a matter of fact, I can, but I'm stuck here with you for now.
We'll find something for you. Be my guest. Computer, register 10 complimentary holosuite credits for customer Bannik.
Registered?
They're upstairs to the right. Take your time. Now, about that drink.
I don't know. What does Ambassador Carrick usually order?
Carrick? How should I know? I mean, he never made it to the bar. Yet.
Oh, well then... What are the local specialties?
Our Star Drifters are the best in the quadrant. And today's special...
Your plasma storm daiquiri? Ugh. Get something tasty. Black hole. Or maybe a nice Ractagino to wake you up.
A black hole, please.
One black hole coming up. Lieutenant Dax's favorite. Have you met her? Charming female.
She seems like an excellent science officer. I was impressed by her tactical skills.
Her tactical skills? Yes, I've often admired those myself. Now, you're with the Tyrian delegation, aren't you?
Interesting. Why do you ask?
Oh, just making conversation. I find the affairs of state fascinating. So many interesting opportunities arise. It is possible that my experience could be of assistance.
Interesting. How exactly would you help our negotiations with the Scythians?
Well, as the Nagus' official liaison with the Gamma Quadrant, I could be invaluable to your negotiations. We could arrange a few quiet discussions about trade opportunities, build an export portfolio. It could be very profitable for both of us.
What do you mean profitable for both of us? Are you proposing some sort of business partnership?
A partnership, exactly. If you can arrange for me to meet with a Scythian leader for, let's say, 30 minutes, I'll see to it that you receive 7% of the profits from my negotiations. No credits, just pure, untraceable, gold-pressed latinum.
This wouldn't have anything to do with that famous Ferengi avarice, would it?
Who have you been talking to? If Kira's put ideas in your head about Ferengi, she's always been prejudiced against my people. She thinks all Ferengi are nothing but corrupt, grasping criminals.
Not all Ferengis. Just you.
Isn't your break over yet?
Not yet. According to Bajoran labor standards, I get...
Then be quiet and stop harassing the customers. As I was saying, envoy.
Are you attempting to bribe a member of the Federation Diplomatic Corps?
Bribe? What? I never... I'm merely...
I think you better quit while you're ahead, Quark.
Wait,
Break's over, boss. You want me to start the inventory now?
Yes. No, wait for me. Just a minute.
I've got to be heading out to the habitat ring anyway. I'm late for my meeting with the ambassador.
The ambassador may be a little late himself.
I'd be glad to start it myself if you're busy. Exactly the way your brother taught me to.
No, thank you. Take another break. Unpaid this time. The habitat ring. It's all the way down the corridor on your left. Just keep going till you come to the second junction. Can't miss it.
Hello? Still on break, then?
Mm-hmm. Looks that way. Until he decides he needs a hand with the inventory, that is.
Say, what happened to you?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, you look like Miles O'Brien after a hard day in the lower core. A really hard day. Your clothes... These are flash burns? The sleeve is all ripped up. Too bad. Nice suit.
I had planned on meeting Ambassador Carrick, but I crashed my runabout.
No kidding. Well, that would explain the smudges, the rips, and the burns. Mr. Carrick is going to be happy to see you.
We haven't been formally introduced. My name is Bannik.
Yes, I know. I heard Quark, mention your name. My name is Johnny.
Where are you from, Johnny?
Nowhere. Which is where I appear to have ended up. For the moment.
Tell me more about yourself, Johnny.
Just another adventurous soul marooned in space. Wouldn't you really rather talk about yourself? A far more interesting subject, I'm sure.
Let me tell you all about myself, Johnny.
Johnny! These glasses need to be rubbed.
Rub 'em yourself. I'm with a customer. An important customer. Tell me, Bannock, are you important?
No, not really. Why?
My boss always tells me, find out if they're important, Johnny. But I get the feeling that in this case, the suit is more impressive than the man.
Depends. How important would you like me to be?
Important enough to get me into the Gamma Quadrant.
Hey! Johnny! He's frowning. Are you annoying the customers again? Leave Envoy Bannock alone. I'll be ready for inventory in just a minute.
Hello, Johnny.
My boss said I should leave you alone.
What do you say? You mentioned someone named Carrick?
Deep Space Nine's only remaining Cardassian, Mr. Carrick. He says he's a simple tailor, but I don't think so. His prices are suspiciously low.
Where's Mr. Carrick now?
He closed down his shop and prepared to evacuate like everyone else. But I don't think he went to Bajor. I don't think he'd dare.
Maybe I'll see you later. Bye.
Alright, well, when Quark gets... When he doesn't feel like he's the center of the attention, he gets really, really cranky. Alright, we're just going to check out the holosuite here, and we're just going to
Computer,
get
list available holosuite programs.
Voice identification. Bannik, Tyrion delegation. Complimentary credit verified. There are 2 holoprograms currently available at your credit level. Intercept at Kinsara 4. Panhelios 18, Depredator ambush.
Perfect. A little combat training. Computer, describe intercept at Kinsara 4.
Tactical Examination A of Starfleet Academy Preparatory Program Delta 233. A low-altitude runabout pursuit designed to test high-speed targeting.
Computer, describe Panhelios 18, Depredator ambush.
Tactical Examination B of Starfleet Academy Preparatory Program Delta 233. A deep space defensive encounter designed to test wideband tactical skills.
Alright, so that's all I'm doing there is just telling you what the holosuite programs are. We might come back to that later, but right now I think we're just going to go ahead and continue making our way to the habitat ring. No one has already talked to everybody. I think we're going to go talk to Odo here for just briefly. Alright, so let's kind of go backwards. There we go.
Johnny! I'm deducting that from your pay.
Oh, man, that always cracks me up. Oh, that was so funny. But, yeah, we're going to pay a visit to Odo, wherever he is. Just trying to find him here. It's not easy to do, but...
Envoy, I thought you were on your way to meet Ambassador Carrick.
I wanted to thank you for your help back in the runabout. I wouldn't have made it out of there without you.
Oh, yes. You humanoids seem to regard shared danger as a bonding experience. You're welcome.
You don't consider yourself a humanoid, then? A shapeshifter?
We prefer changeling. And no, I don't consider myself humanoid. I take on this form because I have to if I want to blend in on this station. As you can see, I still haven't perfected it.
Sorry, I've never met one of your people before.
Now consider yourself lucky. I've met quite a few of your race in my time. Diplomats, consuls, delegates. You Tyrians certainly have a talent for bureaucracy. You're a patient species, though, I'll give you that.
That's one of the things people expect from us, yes. It's not something I'm very good at living up to.
A restless Tyrian? I'll have to keep my eye on you.
I was wondering if there were any security issues I should be aware of.
As I understand it, we're trapped in the center of a violent plasma disruption, cut off from the Defiant and the rest of the Federation, and hosting a shipload of aliens who may be responsible for a full-scale attack on the station. Yes, I'd say we've got a few security issues.
I wondered if you could help me locate the ambassador's quarters.
I'm the security chief, Envoy, not the station information booth. Why don't you go be diplomatic somewhere else?
Well, geez, man. snipey. Yeah, he always had this kind of attitude, especially in the first season. I mean, he always had this gripe, sort of like that.
Access, station directory. I need to find a location.
Accessed. State desired destination.
Where are the visitors' quarters?
Visitors' quarters are located throughout the habitat ring.
Alright. Where are you, though? No, but that area is called a Promenade, so that's where it's kind of an alternative for Quarks a little bit. So you don't like the bar, you can go there and have a nice lunch there by yourself. Alright, so we're going to the habitat ring. Looks like we can go through here. Alright, so here we go.
Computer? Open the door to Habitat Room 6A.
Habitat Room 6A is inhabited. Visitors are requested to utilize the entry chime to request admission from the occupant.
I've already done that. No one answered.
By disregarding the entry chime, the occupant is demonstrating a desire to remain undisturbed. Visitors are requested to respect this request.
This is an emergency. Open the door.
Access denied. Guest privacy seal has been activated.
Computer, who can authorize access to room 6A?
Emergency access can be authorized from main security or by utilizing the current security override code.
Computer, override the seal on visitors' quarters 6A.
Please provide security access code.
Oh, great.
Incorrect code. Security access code is required to override guest privacy seal. Access denied.
Alright, so it's not answering the door, which is kind of unusual. Now, I forgot, I don't think you mentioned, well, I guess you mentioned it, a Tyrian delegation league. The character Bannik is a Tyrian. I have not seen any fan art or anything relating to the Tyrians. You know, what the species look like. It might be, you know, this is not exactly canon, at least from what I can tell, but we're going to have to go back to Odo's office again and get access.
Still can't find the ambassador?
I've just come from the ambassador's quarters. Something's wrong. He's not answering the door.
Computer, what is the location of Ambassador Carrick?
Ambassador Carrick is in Visitors Quarters 6A in Habitat Ring A.
He's still there.
He could be in dormancy. It is possible.
Computer, activate guest summons in VQ6A. Security override Delta 65 Red. Audio.
Activating.
That ought to rouse His Excellency. The Cardassians who built this station didn't take kindly to being ignored. Their guest summons could get the attention of a hibernating Tiberian sloth cat.
There is no response to the guest summons.
That's odd.
I tried to get in and check on him, but the door was sealed. Something's wrong.
You may be right. I'll check the...
Kira to security.
Odo here.
Odo, we've had an incident on level 19.
What is it, Major?
Carlton and I are working on the shield generators. We were using one of those old Cardassian particle torches, welding a cracked bulkhead. He put it down for a second, and it was... gone.
Gone?
I mean gone. Vanished. And we're the only ones down here. We'd have seen anyone come through the maintenance conduit after us. Could someone have beamed it out of here?
I'll check the security logs.
It was right there.
Stay put, Major. I'll get back to you. It appears you'll have to see to the ambassador yourself, Envoy. I'm overriding the privacy seal on his quarters. The access code is Omega 738.
Omega 738.
Use it to let yourself in. I'll join you there as soon as I can.
Alright, well, all we had to do was try to talk to him, convince him that something happened to the ambassador, or he's not responding, and then we got the code to break in and take anything that he owns, or whatever the case is. But yeah, that's probably a decent place to go to if you want peace and quiet instead of Quark's bar. I mean, really. But that is all we're going to do. In the next episode of Star Trek DS9 Harbinger, we're going to...
Computer? Where is everybody, anyway?
Please restate your request.
Locate Captain Sisko.
Captain Sisko is located in Ops.
Locate Ambassador Carrick.
Ambassador Carrick is located in Visitors Quarters 6A, in the Habitat Ring, Level 11, Section 6.
Apparently, we're going to have to visit Ambassador Carrick and find out why he is not responding to the call to Bannik or Odo. So, that is all. Thank you guys for watching. In the next video, we'll do just that. So, I've been Captain Penelope of the Super Paladin Bros, and I will see you guys in the next video.